Like, when you asked me about the tickets, I'm like, Don, they hooked me up, but I forgot.
Oh yeah. I don't. I'm not. I. I don't care. I don't want to read it, see it. The sorcerer's in me. I'm cool with the Wizard of Oz. That's why I tap out.
Bloom. Okay. So that was ain't connected to that phone. Lord Jesus. Bluetooth.
Wonder if it doesn't like that I have an Android.
You say what?
The sound always gives feedback because I think I have an Android. My kids bought me an iPhone. I'm gonna use it.
This is. I was gonna ask you just Zoe, don't you put no slow song like you supposed to amp us up. What can you change it to? What is it? Yeah, no opening song should be slow. I look, I'm like a preacher listener.
But it was just like a promotion. Right. I was so tickled. I was like, every time I see it, I see John's face. I said when we were doing that walkthrough at the Metropolitan Club, he just, I realized he's my daughter.
First things first, you gotta put it into the console.
Well, because he said that like
Microphone's right here.
and then I realized how to look at it because I kept looking for like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that.
Pretty grown.
Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You need to grow up.
I'm always say
Right, always. Always.
to the dirt.
I'm going
This
there on
5
Saturday.
minutes left.
I'm going to.
I'm finally going to make it.
I went the last one.
I'm gonna probably do this version too. This is just so just like that, make sure.
Yeah.
It's
No.
Right.
But I got other shirts I need to wear. Right there. Shirts and me too. And I only wear the same eight.
Exactly.
cutting the mics on.
Bloom, how is the sound? Do you hear feedback?
I don't right now.
Oh, good. Okay, my AirPod is working. Something is working.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you for working.
So how are we doing this? This your show. So
Oh,
you got the two guests.
yeah. We're
Are
gonna
they
talk.
together or separate?
We can do them together.
No, I'm
Whatever
saying are
Kelly.
they hit a
No,
they talking
separate.
about two separate
Separate, but
organizations.
the same thing. Because my saying is we're better together.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay,
So
I just
I
want to
sit
make sure
on
I know.
both of those boards, but they both have. Kelly has a big event coming up on October 5th that she needs to push, and that's the Libra, right? Yeah. And Sandy, we have a need for volunteers all the time, and we have a it's big event season. It's work and heavy load season.
So famous and stuff.
I can.
Song list.
In the song list.
I can rap. I mean, look, I can rap if you need me. Just put the beat on.
What's the name of this song?
I could crack a joke
What
on
is it
that, but
saying?
I'm not.
Right. Sexually out there.
Baby,
Got the Holy Bible
when
right here.
when I come in here, I'll be like,
He had the whole food.
Santa, it's the behind me.
It's Texas. Okay, turn it down. Are we ready?
Oh, you told me to go on Facebook and share it off the Brunch page. Sandy, go on Facebook and go to Brunch and share it to your page.
I'm sure with Instagram too.
I guess that's paper.
4, 3, 2, 1.
God, I need you to do it again because I know you've done it before. I know you can do it again. If you've healed before, you can heal again. If you delivered before, you can deliver again. If you set free before, you can set free again. This is your main man, Action Jackson, and I am standing in the need of an again miracle on this winning Wednesday. That's WINS because we are winners no matter what you're going through. You are still going to win. Listen, Tamara Fair is not on the air, but filling in for her is our guest co-host. She's been with us all month long. She's been representing the Book of Don, and I am so excited to have none other than Dr. Don Millhouse. Woo, 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 woo.
Amen. You said it's winning Wednesday, and I just, we all fall short of the glory. I was thinking when you say if you did it before, you could do it again, and it's winning Wednesday, and that kind of took me to the lottery. But it's a place to buy a ticket, right?
Well, listen.
I'm
If you
sorry.
win the lottery,
I
call
will
me.
pay my tithe.
Call me. Pay
Yes, I
pay
will
your
pay my
tab. Then you
tithe for the
call me.
bunch.
They call me.
I did call Sandy. And the gifts keeps on going and going and going. Listen, believers, we got a jam-packed show for you. We got some amazing guests. We have Bernell Lassay the third joining us from the new hit Broadway musical Ain't Too Proud that is just kicked back off in Chicago for the National Broadway tour.
Yes.
And then we got our girl Miss Sandy Robinson from Shy Gives Back going to be joining us to talk about the great philanthropy work that she's doing in the city. And of course, I love Shy Gives Back. They helped me to make a great impact on the West Side for our toy giveaway last year. And of course, she is a friend of all of ours and the Brunch Bunch, the visionary founder, and CEO of Polished Pebbles. Miss Kelly Fell will be joining us. Listen, the show is about giving back.
Yes.
And what is happening in the city. And Dawn keeps her finger on the pulse. And she brought all these guests.
I am the city.
You are the city.
You understand? I'm the outlet, not the plug.
You know what? A shirt coming to you by Action Jackson soon. I like that. But listen, believers, if you want to hear from the outlet and the plug, you better tune in. Call your friends and your frenemies and tell them to tune in to the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390.
Hey, my people.
And
Level up
it's
your
two
sense of
Tauruses, look, and two Tauruses and two Virgos.
Oh wow! What a show!
About to be a battle.
Nikki said, "Hey, Sandy." Vince said, "What up, Sandy?" And Doc Don, Sugar said, "Hey." Tina Hammond said, "Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up?"
And hello to Smooth Sailing with my tried and true tips. Let's empower our little ones together. Grab your copy now.
Oh my goodness. No, we good. As soon as you get up, we're gonna make it work. You gotta leave right out. Okay. Send me that name, I'm gonna get you up. Uh, Lord Jesus. I'm sorry, Facebook. Korean wit. You see I wrote that? The security dude down there is rough. I know. I text her the two good ones.
Yeah, the lady that I came in was nice. It was that guy.
Here. The guy, no, that's who giving Broadway been down there 12 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
They said they'll let the guests up, but they wouldn't let. The national Broadway rep is here and the local.
We revealed the beauty. You want to wait a couple minutes?
Hey guys, it's Tamara Fair. Brunch. Now
We don't want to belabor time, so let's just kick it off with Shy Gives Back for a couple of minutes and we'll.
She's got a hard stop anyway.
Okay, what's your that one? Oh well, we all hard stopping at one. Look, if I'm in here past 1 o'clock, you shoot me. Okay.
I'm driving south.
Fire, carbon monoxide, and medical emergency. They will fulfill and even exceed. Don, we lost you. Somebody must have called it. An automation, they have the power to customize your security solution. Round the clock peace of mind sounds good to me. Isn't that priceless? So Justice Gold. Okay, let me. It's safeguarding your home and preserving your peace.
Go ahead, call 866.
Tell her that they in there.
That's 866.
And my dad.
Okay.
344
Yeah.
and make a walk.
I need to turn it down.
To secure your tomorrow. Secure home and
Turn the
automation.
mic.
You've heard
This mic like this.
Yeah.
the ultimate safety that they bring to your home.
We're gonna hear a little feedback.
At 866-447-3344.
You can't win. That's being Brad favorite song.
3344.
I should have called home.
So of course I'm not Tamara Fair, but we're gonna let Dr. Don introduce her guest.
My guest, everybody's girl. She's really my Sandy, but now everybody says that. So Sandy Robinson is a giver. She is, and y'all, she's a Virgo, just so you know, and it's still Virgo season.
No, we're Libra season.
Okay, thank God for Jesus. Amen. Sandy is the co-founder of Shy Gives Back, which is a phenomenal philanthropic organization that I happen to sit on the advisory board of. She is all about purpose and people, and making certain that they catch the underserved, not necessarily just in people, but in ideas and thoughts, like schools, helping renovate schools and make safe spaces and better places for teachers. But she also is the director of hospitality over at the Sophie Hotel in my neighborhood, in Hyde Park. And I often say we're better together. And what she did was take all of her experience working downtown, took it back to the neighborhood, and has just really created a hub of love and friendship and entertainment, and a great place to be right on 53rd Street in Hyde Park. So, well, let's give a warm brunch welcome to Sandy. Woo, 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 woo.
Thanks, y'all.
Sandy, you're doing good in the hood, right?
Yeah.
So let's just jump right in. What prompted you to be one of course, co-founders of Shy Gives Back? Why did you guys want to start this organization?
Well, Shy Gives Back was started with just a couple people wanting to do exactly that, do good in the hood, and donate toys to a women's shelter. And what started out as literally us being in this room and saying, hey, y'all, I'm going to donate some toys. Do you want to help? And a couple people raising their hands and saying, absolutely. We had a goal of 250 toys to donate to this women's shelter. And not even a monetary amount we did not have in mind, but we ended up raising 500 toys and $1,500 in cash for this women's shelter.
Wow. 500 toys, $1,500, your first give back.
First give back, yes. It was incredible.
Yeah. And again, it was just really about finding a need and plugging it in. right?
Exactly.
And that's really how organic the organization works. They we I've been present. We going in with a purpose to do something, and we leave there with some other need that isn't being met that becomes another initiative or program, and that's how that's really how they roll. And then they come to the board members and say, hey y'all, we got to spend another $1 million. And then the old heads say, hey, hold on.
Well, before we even had a board, it was truly about, filling, like you said, filling that need, but truly being able to take the people, our friends and family with us and have that hands-on experience. I always say it's one thing to donate your money, but it's something else that's so much powerful when you're donating your time.
Yeah.
And when you have that hands-on experience, that's where you truly see the impact.
Cindy, where is the crossroad of hospitality and service from the community to the customer?
And so I love the title Director of Hospitality. I love that. My official title at the Sophie is Director of Sales and Marketing. And so between the community and the Sophie Hotel, we have really done a lot within the community. From starting with the Shero series to recognizing amazing women that are in our community doing, again, good in the hood, to being able to donate to a local nonprofit organization. Everything that we do, we really focus on the community. I mean, we sit right on the grounds of the University of Chicago. So you can start and end with the community right there. Yeah. But 53rd Street just has such a powerful history to it. And Dawn, you've even told me about the history of 53rd Street.
The actual spot that you're built on.
Yes,
right? Absolutely.
Yes. So for us, it really is, how can we stay connected to our community? Even though we are a hotel and we are a restaurant and a bar, it's so important whenever you're in a smaller area that you are connected and you know who your community is and that you know how to service them best. So making sure that we have a lot of community events, and making sure that we are open to service the people that support us. And it truly is a Hyde Park, Bronzeville surrounding area.
Yeah, because the worst thing for me is when somebody comes in your community and assumes that they want to elevate you for you, when really that's their mission for themselves.
Exactly.
As opposed to being a part of the community and elevating it from the perspective of the people that live in it.
Exactly. And we want to make sure the community knows that they have a voice with us. And so, I mean, you can come in there any given day and you'll see an entrepreneur just sitting there, maybe working or taking appointments. And, they started brunch, they started breakfast, they roll into lunch, and then they're there at happy hour. And we
It's like cheers.
It is. It's Hyde Park's living room. It's Hyde Park's living room. And it is so people, even when people travel from out of town, they love it because when you go out of town, you always want to have that neighborhood community. What does the real neighborhood look and feel like? And you can come and sit at the bar and you will truly get that experience at Sophie and Mesler.
So Sandy, tell me, if you will, if we have time, you've got some programs coming up that are huge. We're in need of volunteers.
Lots of
Can you
programs.
share with?
Yeah, absolutely. So Shy Gives Back, we love and we pride ourselves on offering volunteer hours all throughout the year. So coming up, we are partnering with one of our loyal partners, Inglewood Branded. He has a big festival coming up called Fall Fest that
Doing amazing work.
Right, yes,
right
in the
right
hood,
in
right
the
in
hood.
Inglewood on 63rd and Justine. And so we are providing volunteers for that. That's October 13th. November, we have our Friendsgiving, our annual event. That's going to be a breakthrough on the West Side.
West Side.
That's a great event, and it needs a lot of volunteers.
We fed last year. We fed historically we feed about 250 people because of immigrants last year and us feeding more people. We fed about 600. This year we'll go back to feeding about 250. It's a mixture of the community and the seniors in the community. Right at Breakthrough, we partner with a lot of our chefs through our Chefs Give Back initiative, and we're feeding those folks right in the community. And that's happening on November 16th, Saturday. And then we get right into our toy drive and giving season. So we want to ask anyone that's having a birthday or a celebration starting in November, and that if you're doing something, just ask people to bring a toy, and it's going to go to Shy Gives Back, because we have become the largest or the second largest toy drive in the state of Illinois under Toys for Tots. And we can only do that with the support of people. So if you're having a birthday or you're having an event, just ask folks to bring a toy. It's nothing.
Well, y'all a second under Toys for Tots.
Toys for
Now
Tots.
that says
That's
a lot.
huge.
That is huge.
When the pandemic happened, we had folks calling us because certain people ran out of toys. The big boxes where they were used to getting their donations from, they weren't able to give it. And so we were able to fill that gap and fill that void. And every year, our toy drive gets bigger. The need gets bigger because we have other organizations saying, hey, I want to give away, 250 toys. So we just want to encourage people, if you're doing something, please collect a toy in our name, and we will make sure that those toys go to the kids. So for all of this, we have multiple events, and you can go to our website and see the volunteer opportunities.
And I know it's a little soon, but January is around the corner.
It is
Let's-
MLK Day of
yeah.
Service.
Look, Don, like we gonna get it all in.
Listen.
You know she can come back, Don. We can just finish out the fourth quarter.
But you know what? It comes so fast.
Yeah.
We're in October basically, and then January will be here before we know it. So MLK Day of Service, we pick a school and we go and we beautify that school. This year it was Leo High School. We did about 11 murals in Leo. Last year was Morgan Park High School. We've done King College Prep. And so we bring about 250 volunteers to a school that maybe haven't been touched since the 60s. We've seen book rooms that have not been touched since the 60s.
Yeah.
And so we have volunteers. You have people that may be more of an organizer, which is my ministry. I am not on the painting portion. I would love to organize. So we have multiple jobs. We love people to bring your kids. It is definitely a family volunteer opportunity. The majority of our events are family oriented. So please, we encourage high school students, as well as if you have a little one, they can pick up a paintbrush and paint a little wall as well.
Well, I love all the work that you're doing, and I can attest to, and clearly it makes sense now because my toy axe was late. It was a late axe. And then Shy Gives Back did drop off over 100 toys because we did it bigger than ever last year. So kudos to the work that you do. We know that it's going to great organizations. Kudos to Jack. Look, website.
Get that request in early though this year.
That was it right there.
Write that down.
Put me on the top of the list. But Sandy, how can people connect with you?
We are all over shygivesback.com, CHIgivesback.com, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and shygivesback.com. You can volunteer there. You can find out what we have going on. You can connect with us. Everything is Shy Gives Back.
Well, you know what? Sandy said it. And she not only does what this song is saying, she allows the word to do the work, but she allows her faith to work, because faith without works
is
I switched it up a little bit. Faith without works don't work. All right, listen. So we working right here on the Brunch Month. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. Okay, Sandy, we're gonna shift your seat.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit you over here. I know you're not leaving yet.
Okay.
But hold on, Kelly. We're gonna bring Broadway, then we're gonna upstairs.
Yeah, I said it's about to be a fight over this John. Dawn. Pardon my seat, Dawn.
Dawn?
Like the morning when you woke up? That. I'll be at the show.
Oh. Let me walk back.
Excited? Good. Where do you live when you're not home?
I'm in New York.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn Flatbush.
Yeah, I'm up there quite a bit. My mom's from New Jersey.
Oh, really? Okay. That's cool. Were you born?
Don.
Chicago, yeah.
Yes, you can cut yours off, Sandy. And I will use my other phone. Burnell?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does your grandmama call
They actually, I have 1,000 nicknames.
you? Okay.
I have Mr. Bojangles, Beetlejuice.
Wait a minute.
How you get Beetlejuice? That didn't come out for years. Grandma.
Grandma, Granny.
You call her Grammy?
Granny, Grandma. Yeah. But I'm the third too. So everybody don't want to say Burnell because they'll get confused.
Yeah.
They're calling, so they'll call me DJ.
Is it French?
I heard this song in like
A lot
2
of
years.
my family's from New Orleans.
Okay.
So French Creole.
No, wait about this. Oh,
And I had seen that thing. So it's got to be French.
Yeah, if you know the
I'll
same.
use
My family. It's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Right. So
Good on this New Orleans now?
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah, we thugged it out through that
It's your girl,
hurricane.
attorney
But
India
yes, it's a
Rio,
good
your
time.
one-stop shop
You're
for
right,
trademark services.
Sharice, I do.
Whether you're launching a new business,
I did start Breakfast with Santa earlier this year. Usually I 2 weeks
every step
before I start
process.
planning it.
Secure your brand's future today. Call
I've been doing it for 10
Who's
years
Santa?
too.
You?
And every year I wait till like 3 weeks before.
Oh, I know your people are
Oh,
fit
they,
to be tied with you.
oh, of course. That was one of them just said you got to start early.
Right, you got like now because it's the day after
But I
tomorrow.
did. I've already got 2 sponsors. You got
and the bag.
Yeah, well, we want to get away from
Yeah.
it.
It is at the Carson on the West Side. Last year we did 650 families.
Oh my God.
No matter where you are.
And we had a
That was a whole.
You can go anytime.
That's a
and get your
production.
car washed
and you know what? I
all
was the
year long.
MC for
Buddy
Love
Bear members will
McPherson's
receive
holiday
exclusive perks
event.
and offers
And when I
throughout
walked
the
in, it was
membership.
decorated so
Buddy Bear
nice.
Car
You know,
Wash
the West Side
That's
came out of
Buddy
me.
Bear Car Wash
And I asked, could I borrow all the
and boost your
decorations?
membership.
Well, closed mouth don't get fed.
Hey, look, she said yes. I had a truck go pick everything up.
Say less.
The family loved it.
Like, ooh. We had a good time out at Breakthrough last year.
Oh, I know Breakthrough. I've been, yeah, a great organization.
Well, lucky for you, professionals at Wealthy Intentions are great credit reports.
All right, Burnell, you up in 1 minute. We're gonna hit it and quit it.
Yes.
I ain't gonna say.
Game plan to start.
All right, Don. So he has a hard stop at 12. They have a hard stop at 12:35.
12:35.
Maybe 12:36. No.
319-3319 or free accredited
Point 12:36. That.
Hey, it's your girl Money Nika.
You know, I grew up in church. We got to move as the Holy Ghost say so, dog. Look, Korea, like, please, dog. No, we want to have time to get a picture after.
Yes.
I didn't get your email too late about going to the show yesterday, too. But Don is going tonight.
Investment plans. So you
I'm a
can prepare
member
for
of
retirement.
Broadway.
Go ahead and make a phone call at
Tina said, I just saw Purnell on Channel 7.
817-772.
That's
Again,
crazy.
that's
Yeah.
817.
We've been all around today.
I see
All
it.
around this week.
Put the ticket prices. And I just.
Well, what's going on is I told you the hit play Ain't Too Proud is kicking off their national Broadway tour, and they are here in Chicago. They are a Chicago native, a Webster Conservatory graduate. Burnell has graced the stage in standout productions like Kinky Boots, Memphis, and Man of La Mancha. Represented by a great talent group, Burnell's passion for performance shines through in every role, and we can't wait to dive into this inspiring journey. Let's give a warm brunch. Welcome to Burnell.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Burnell, you know, our listeners are saying they saw you on Channel 7, you're on a media frenzy, and we know you got so many interviews to do, but of course, this is the best one you're going to do. Trust me. So we're going to jump right in. You're currently starring in the National Broadway tour of Ain't Too Proud. How does it feel to bring such an iconic story to audiences across the country and here at home?
It's giving me chills every time I think about it. No, it feels good. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I grew up watching The Temptations. It feels good to tell the story of Otis, Melvin, and Paul every night.
That's good. Well, listen, that's an iconic group.
Yeah.
And it is an amazing production. Can you share what initially drew you to performing and how growing up in Chicago influenced your passion for theater?
Yeah, well, I mean, it all started in the church, in the choir, growing up singing gospel, also doing theater in elementary school, high school, did community service, not community service, but at a community center doing theater as well. Shout out Ray of Hope Center of the Arts on 71st.
Okay, Southside.
Yeah, South Shore. Yeah, so that really started everything. Over East, East Side crazy.
I gotta make sure my wallet's still in my pocket. Oh Lord.
You know, once you pass a certain street, it's not an East Side. It's just
Listen, right.
And not with an ER, OVA.
Over East.
Over East, yeah.
And no T, over East.
The Southern roots. Yeah, my granny from Mississippi, so it very much gives Southern. But yeah, that started it all, and then went on to college, and that's when it really got serious for me. So yeah.
One as a Webster Conservatory graduate, how did your time there prepare you for the diversity of the roles that you have performed in?
I mean, well, they first just broke me down and built me back up with technique. You know, they just give you a toolbox of different methods, you know, Stanislavski, Meisner, and then you're literally doing this from 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. at night with rehearsing shows, movement classes, voice classes, acting classes, voice lessons, dance classes. So they really just emphasized the technique of performing as an actor, dancer, singer. And I think that was just super valuable.
Wow.
How did your being reared in Chicago over East,
Mhm.
and with roots in Mississippi and New Orleans,
Mhm.
how did that prepare you for the toughness of the industry you work in?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess it definitely created sense of awareness that was heightened from a young age of just knowing the environment of the South Side. My family really sheltered me from what was going on externally. And I think
Thank
that it
God.
just really prepared me for this industry with thick skin, not really taking things personally. And just, I don't know, like, I just know how to protect myself and move accordingly, and not to get too sucked into anything that's gonna break me down. But also, the South Side just has rich and beautiful art that's happening all the time. Like, I always highlight ETA Creative Arts. Black ensembles on the North Side, but we used to go up there all the time to go see their shows as well. And
Thank you for diversifying the city.
right,
About the South Side, everybody here snapping and clapping. I'm gonna put the whole studio out. I'm a West Side if you ain't picked that up yet. So,
we love the West Side.
well, I love what you said. And Sherman, our Chicago historian, says everything dope comes from Chicago, and so your
That's
story
true.
is magnifying that statement, right? So, in Ain't Too Proud to Beg, you're telling the story of one of the most legendary groups in music history. Let the audience know, who do you play, and how do you approach bringing authenticity to such well-known figures on stage?
Yes, so my title is The Temptation Standby. So that means that I'm covering multiple temptations on any given night. And it's specifically Otis, the leader of the Temptations, who narrates the show.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Um, that's so funny. And then also Paul, who is the choreographer of the group, and then Melvin, who's like the base of the group. So yeah, I'm just covering all three and stepping in whenever they really need me. If somebody goes down, I'm there to pop in.
What's one role that you aspire to play?
In general, outside of Ain't Too Proud.
Whatever.
I mean, well, I believe that it really hasn't been created yet. Like, I really want to do some new plays. Like, I would love to work with Terrell Alvin McCraney. I love his brother sister plays. We love the Oscar-winning Moonlight. So anything within his world. I also really want to just do the entire August Wilson canon. If I could do every single one, Denzel, put me in the next one that you're gonna produce.
Period.
Can't wait to see a piano lesson. I also really love Shakespeare. I would love to be Othello, and that's going to Broadway. So yeah, Denzel again.
Yeah.
Put me in
We
Othello.
need to call the boys club and get Denzel online.
Yes.
Well, listen, the Bible teaches us speak those things as though they were, right?
And that is my thing.
So you just spoke it out there. And we're praying that God continues to open doors for you that no man can shut. The ain't too proud. I almost said the Temptation. Ain't Too Proud is playing at the CIBC Theater September the 24th through the 29th. Is playing now. Tickets are on sale, but trust me, this is one of the productions that you want to get your tickets early because it is selling out. And the CIBC Theater is an amazing theater. Go to BroadwayInChicago.com. Get your tickets now so you can see our very own Burnell Say the Third in
from
theater. Thank you for joining us here on the Brunch. Listen, believers, we got a great show for you. We're going to keep it rolling. Call your friends and your frenemies and tell them to tune in right now to the Brunch Bunch on Inspiration 1390. Okay, we're going to run out, get some pictures. I know y'all got fun. Boy, I do. That had to be fast. No, that's your home.
Yeah. Okay, Kelly, you sit here, Sandy, you sit here. Oh, yeah. Wait, you sit here, Kelly sit here. Yeah. Team Taurus over here. Marcel, I said, Team Taurus over here. Shh, I closed the door. And look at this. Let me tell you, this is unplanned. Sandy has on black, I have on black. Y'all both got on gray.
Great. Virgo Taurus takeover.
Yeah.
That was the fastest interview I have ever done in the history of interview. Turn that down, son. I'm like Freddie, I stay ready.
Because if you stay ready, you ain't got the difference.
You know who I am? I'm the outlet, I ain't the plug.
Oh. Sounds familiar.
I just got that from Don.
Yeah, so y'all heard it here. It's on film. He said I knew it sounded familiar. So when y'all hear that again, I'm gonna call. What's the attorney? What's my trademark attorney?
India Rhea.
I'm calling India.
Oh, you better.
3, 2, 1.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's been an amazing show. Oh, wait. It's your main man, Action Jackson, for those of you that don't know. But it's been an amazing show. It is moving. We kicked off the show talking about giving back and community building and supporting organizations doing the work. And that was with none other than Sandy Robertson, the co-founder of Shy Gives Back. Then we moved to Broadway in Chicago, where we got to interview one of the stars of Ain't Too Proud to Beg. And now we're going to another star, a community star, a superstar, a young lady that's helping young ladies across this city. And that's none other than Kelly Fair, the visionary founder of Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program, a nonprofit dedicated to empowering Black, brown, and Latina girls with the skills they need for career success. And my guest co-host, who I forgot to mention, who is a brown girl, a black girl magic. And of course, she brought these great guests today. And that's none other than Dr. Don Millhouse. Woo, woo, woo. So Don, why was okay? You brought Sandy Shy Gibbs back, and then you said I want to bring Kelly Fair Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program. Why was it so important to bring these organizations and especially Polished Pebbles now?
Uh, for me, it was important because I live with the intention of collective work, and collectively we all pick a piece of it, but it all goes to the greater good of our own communities. And I always say we're better together. And when you gave me the opportunity to be here, I said, well, both I sit on both organizations in different roles, but I watch the work and I watch the sleepless nights, and I know that their heart is in it when there is no money and when there is nobody that is there to believe in it. I just wanted to make certain that they have the same voice I have to share the work they do, and get us collectively involved. This year, this election is really huge for women, and what we've had, what we don't have, and what we stand to lose. And so it was important for me to make certain that their voices are heard.
Well, and that's what makes you so dope. Because I was taught when the door is open for you, you hold it open for somebody else. And that's how we can continue to move our communities forward. So let's give a warm brunch bunch welcome to Miss Kelly Fair. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you.
Kelly,
You can
what
forgive them.
inspired
She's a
you to
Virgo.
create Polished Pebbles? Oh, look, what I missed,
You
I got
missed the Virgo.
I got this
Listen,
headphone in my ear, I can barely
I said
hear.
they can love them because they Virgos, because we're Team Taurus over
Team
here.
Taurus, definitely the greatest
Yeah.
zodiac if you
Period.
believe in zodiac.
Yeah.
You know,
Am I going?
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Haters gonna hate, but back to the door being open at these great organizations.
See how we did that?
No, Kelly, you're doing some phenomenal work. I've known you many, many years. I've watched Polished Pebbles grow and continue to grow. But what inspired you to create Polished Pebbles?
I was inspired to create Polished Pebbles because I was a girl who was mentored. So I, had the benefit of sitting at the feet of a lot of women who showed me what the blueprint of success would look like. For me, Essence Magazine was an inspiration to me as a young girl. I wanted to be an Essence. Essence women were beautiful. They had good clothes, cars, families, but most importantly, they had careers. So when I was 13, I wanted to do something for the summer. Before I went to high school, my mom said, well, do you want to get day camp or something like that? I was like, oh, no, I want a job because I thought that I was an Essence woman. And at that time, I wanted to be a cosmetologist. So I'm grateful that my mother advocated for me, didn't hate on me. There were no smartphones back then. It was the thing called the Yellow Pages. And she pulled out the Yellow Pages and flipped through and found Dudley's Beauty College. And Dudley's is one of those pioneering hair care companies and institutions for, teaching people in beauty. And the director then is the director now, and that's Betty Clausen. Yes. And my mom told her about me. She said, bring her down. And Miss Clausen interviewed me. They let me intern at Dudley's for 2 half days a week that whole summer. I got paid nothing, but I was excited to be in the mix. So they let me, I swept up floors, I put hair gel in cups. They didn't let me shampoo anybody to my last day. And I understood because
They don't want you like Gino Martin.
the water from the sink was all over. But the most important thing they could have done for me at that time was they made me work the cash register. I had become a shy girl. In 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, love school, love raising my hand, love being a leader. Jumped to 5th grade math, but in 6th grade, my self-esteem took a nosedive. And the research says that's common for any girl from any background. And so the ladies at Dudley put me on that cash register and said, you have to work this. And Black women have no time for the shy girl when they have been standing in line to get their hair done at Dudley's. And so the women really completely mentored me holistically, still made me think about college. And so for me, I never forgot that. And so I feel like it's as my duty as a grown woman to create that same kind of whole cycle for mentoring for this generation of girls.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Kelly, I'd love when you share the story of how you, after being a warrior with Willie, how you came up with the name for the organization. Can you share what
Sure.
the meaning behind Polished Pebbles is?
Absolutely. So when I decided to found Polished Pebbles, I was working corporate. I've been in education for over 20 years. And at that point, I was working at McGraw-Hill Publishing Company, managing national marketing as like a little junior executive. Loved like my job, but I felt like within, again, spirit was saying there's something more. Walked away, didn't know what the next step would be. And as I was preparing, I took a part-time job at Fifth Third Bank on 79th and Stony Island. But there was somebody else who was impactful for me that walked away from their big job, and that was Susan Taylor, the former editor emeritus of Essence Magazine. And she was deciding to start this national movement to get more African American adults involved in mentoring, called Essence Cares, and now it's called National Cares. She wrote a book at the same time when she walked out, which was perfect. And in that book, All About Love, she wrote this one chapter that talked about the importance of human relationships and how it helps us grow. And there was a quote in there that said, like pebbles in a bag, we all polish one another. So I knew I had been thinking about doing a girls program, but it just jumped off the page. And I was like, that's it. The ladies that come and mentor, the people who come together to support, the door openers, and of course, the girls were all pebbles. And so through those experiences, we would end up polishing one another.
I love that. And I love that inspiration. You know, you read and it just popped off the page. And it's a wonderful name. I love Polished Pebbles. So you guys focus on the 3 C's: community, communication, career.
Yes.
Can you explain how these pillars guide your programs and impact the girls you serve?
Absolutely. So, communication skills is our primary focus. We want to make sure girls are great communicators at home, school, and the future workplace. That's important for me for a lot of different reasons, but I was that shy girl. So we focus on basic stuff with communication, like can you introduce yourself to someone new for the first time? And Polished Pebbles, we call that shining, SHINE. S is for smile, H is for saying hello, I is for introducing yourself and giving 3 facts about who you are. N is for nodding your head because it's polite in American culture. And E is for ending a conversation. But we can't have strong communication skills with the girls without the other 2 C's. And so we definitely need to see a community, the volunteers, but we need to see a community. And that's where Sandy and the crew from Sophie and the hundreds of other businesses that we partnered with over the years, we use that future workplace really as the campus to make girls understand and become engaged with, no, you got to be a good communicator.
Yep.
You can't become Sandy. You can't become Dawn. You can't work at the Sophie if you don't know how to work with customers or your coworkers. And so with that future career experience, companies like the Sophie have been hosting Polished Pebbles in job shadow days with middle school girls and high school girls for years.
Yeah.
And now we've created this really intentional career pipeline from the schoolyard to the future boardrooms. And the Sophie has a really great experience of a Polished Pebbles alum, Tasia, who was a Polished Pebble alum, did the job shadows in 6th grade at U Chicago charter schools with Bloomingdale's, and then got a mini internship with Sophie for 2 weeks, just some half days. And they loved her and liked her so much, they hired her full time.
Wow.
Within about a year and a half, Tasia has been promoted about 3 times. Now she's down the street at the Hyde Park Hyatt, so still within the same Hyatt family. But Sophie, the Hyatt, at Hyde Park, again, 53rd Street is home. And they have been partners and they just get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a very amazing testimony of community, right?
Yep.
And so I don't know. I'm sure Don knew. You know, Don is real strategic. You know, as us Tauruses are. You know, but it is so cool to see how this is full circle, right? How you both are doing amazing work in the community. You both have amazing organizations, but even outside of the organization, your corporate job, Sandy, is able to give back to this organization. And now we got a young girl who from 6th grade is now in hospitality, corporate leadership. That is
That's
Our
full
kids
circle.
can only be what they see.
The
Absolutely.
Tauruses open the door, but the Virgos deliver.
Yeah.
Ah! Okay, I get you that. I get you. That was a good one, Don.
I'll take that for about 30 seconds during the commercial break. I'm coming back.
Well, you know what? When we get back, we're gonna let Don get her 30 seconds in. But when we get back, we're gonna continue to talk to Kelly and Sandy
Yes.
about the impact both organizations are having and how we need more people, because you cannot talk about problems without solutions. And here on the Brunch Bunch, we are solution based. So these two young ladies are going to share with us some more solutions to the problems that we see in the city. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on the Brunch Bunch on Inspiration 1390.
So Sandy can come back into the thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your mic up there. Yeah, come back in and talk into the mic. You turn it down a little in about a minute, and then bring us back in. And so, Don, we're gonna freestyle.
Oh yeah. Somebody from you?
You hear me?
What'd you say?
We're gonna
Yeah,
freestyle
let's freestyle.
since we have them both now,
Yes.
so we don't need to follow
Oh,
the
he was so nice. The Burnell guy.
they were so nice.
They. Yes.
We'll
Get me
get
straight.
with it.
Yes.
It's hard. Cool. All of you.
Yeah, and you see me just being.
Oh, you had it before they came in. Oh, well, I knew because I had to say it in the text message when we thought it was last week.
Oh right.
But it still was hard because I kept saying he, and then I was like, I didn't want to mess up the pronoun, but then I was like, I ain't gonna say his first name. I was like, so Mr. I'm like, oh God, that was even worse using the last name. Let me go back to this first name. But this
I almost called him like he was I almost called him B. Look, let me just should give you a nickname real quick.
He had 20 of them.
3, 2, 1.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm posting in the studio with
Dr. Dawn Millhouse.
Is that your at the dark voice? You got a little low on that intro.
My voice cracks.
Oh, okay. I'm like, come on, you gotta speak up.
That's my if I were a singer. That's that voice.
You want to hit something real quick?
The Luther South song. Go Braves of Luther South. Fight on to victory. Y'all
All right. Let's give it up for Dr. Don. Okay. That's not a tourist trait right there. We're gonna leave. That's just a Don trait. But listen, we are so.
I can't sing my other songs.
Listen, we're gonna do a karaoke night or something. Well, I know you rap.
Tauruses versus Virgos.
Oh, I'm a killer.
We already won.
A good blues song.
That's not my ministry.
See, I love it when they just take the L.
Well, speaking of ministries, both of you are serving in the capacity of helping the community. And when we're living in a time. I was watching the news. We got the city up in roars about the mayor canceling ShotSpotter, and they're talking about the young people out. They don't have anything to do, and they're carjacking, and we got shootings on the rise, and kids are not going to school. But the problem, and I grew up in the hood, but I always say my parents kept me busy. I didn't have time to get in trouble because we were always gone. I was in the program, doing something at school, volunteering. And so when we talk about problems, we can't just talk about the problem without coming up with the solutions. So for both of you young ladies that's working in the community, what do you see as solutions for our young people moving forward? I let Kelly go.
Sure. I mean, I think that, we have program models that we have been running for years, and I think that they run efficiently. I think the other part is the active workforce development component. So that was always a motivating force for me, and I still find that to be one for kids, is that if there's some kind of work component, they can get paid behind it. It is a motivator for them to be engaged in programming, for them to buy into the things that we're teaching them. The other reality is those dollars that we give those youth, that is vital income to all of those families as well.
Yeah.
So, for us now, we realize our impact is not just with young people. Our impact is really, as Dawn says, we're better together. It's the entire family. So I think that the program models are there, the partnerships are there, and Sandy might jump on the train with this one too. But it's the consistent support and what that looks like. I think it's the volunteering, the giving of your time. But I think it's also the giving of our resources and our networks and our dollars as well. I think is a big part of the solution too. So
Well said. Well said. Seriously, everything that Kelly just said. I think that kids, because everything is there, and if you kind of remember like back in the day where they used to have open gyms and courts and things like that, there are great places, like Breakthrough, where you go and you see these young men that are 15, actually probably no, as young as 12 to 18, 19 years old. And, they are in a safe environment. And they're kids that are products of the streets, but they know better. And this community space is what's keeping them there, and it's keeping them safe because they found something that has engaged them. They found something that is of their interest. And you can't force kids or people to do anything. You have to find a common barrier of what interests them. And so we need more community spaces. We need more community development. Pastor Corey Brooks is building, and I cannot wait to see what becomes of it right off of 67 in King Drive, that community center there. But just having and making sure that you're hearing what the youth are in need of, and providing those services. The resources are there, and more organizations need to be able to provide them. They're there. It's just how can we get them? How can we find the funding to make sure that we pass it on to our communities?
I think I just also want to add to that is that it works when we do the work, but the partnership of the she, they, and the him. I think we're in a separate culture. Like it's we're afraid of what we don't know. We still walk the same, we still talk the same, and so bridging all of those gaps and being acceptive and receptive to broadening your understanding is huge. They watch reality TV, but that's not real, and so if we make what they think is real happen the way we know it's real, I think that's where we circle the loop.
I love what Don said, and of course, we're never out of content, but time we run out of quick. But you said it works when we do the work. And so I want to encourage you, believers. The Bible says it in 2 or 3 different passages: where your heart is, your treasure will be also. If you have a heart for young people, for young girls, if you have a heart for the community and giving back, join one of these organizations in their mission to serve the Chicago area with your time, your talent, or your treasure. Listen, Polished Pebble has an event next Friday.
It is 15 years of Polished Pebbles. It's our 15th anniversary. We're calling it Treasure Milestones. It will be at the Emily Hotel on October 5th at 6 p.m.
And that will be on the Brunch Bunch page, but they can go to Polished Pebbles
at www.polishedpebbles.com or any of our social media and get tickets.
And Shy Gives Back, give your website real quick so they can.
ShyGivesBack.com, all over social media. All our volunteer opportunities are there.
Listen, it's an amazing thing to give back, and it's a fulfilling feeling when you can help somebody else. You know what? My prayer is, God, continue to bless me so that I can bless somebody else. I'm going to bless you with another radio show because I got to get up out of here. But listen, believers, we encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Ladies, we love you. Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you. Up next, AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with Afternoon Drive. We get it done all night long, right here on Inspiration 1390. With 3 seconds to spare. Believers, believers, believers. Make sure you connect with Polished Pebbles. That's polishedpebbles.com or shygivesback.com. Actually, not or. Connect with them both. Get on that email list. Stay connected. Figure out how you can volunteer. Figure out how you can financially support because the dollars matter. Listen, You have to give of your time, your talent, and your treasure. If you can't do all three, choose one. Volunteer, give your service if you can do something, or cut the check. All right, listen, we will see you tomorrow for what's today? Today is Wednesday. Like, what is right? Whatever day. Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, for Throwback Thursday. And I don't know who the guest is, but we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.